This section will cover the British Standard Pendulum Test BS 7976. The pendulum test is a swinging arm. It starts off at a fixed position. When released, it swings, strikes a surface, and the distance moved after the strike gives a measure of slip resistance. There will be a video shortly. Going back to the ramp, the output was an A, B, or a C. In the case of the pendulum, the output is a numerical value called the PTV, Pendulum Test Value, and it ranges from 0 to 150. The pendulum was originally designed in the USA in the 1940s, a design that has remained basically unchanged to this present day. It is used all over the world and huge amounts of data have been accumulated, with lots of studies carried out. One body of work was carried out by the Building Research Establishment in the 1960s and is published in the BRE publication Floors and Flooring, which suggests that for an unencumbered, able-bodied working-age person, a PTV level of 36 or above represented an acceptably low risk of slipping when walking in a straight line. And that's the key word, walking. Remember 36 is the magic number. 36. 6 is 6 squared, 3 12s, half of 72. Whatever is an easy way for you to remember, I just remember it as 36. So let's delve into the standard, which can be divided into 3 parts. First part is how to manufacture the pendulum. There are many different brands, but in truth, they will be almost identical because the standard defines the main components. The second part defines how to calibrate the pendulum. From experience, if you can calibrate the pendulum, within half an hour, you have got off lucky. And the third part defines how to record the results, done in a very formalized manner. So the upshot of this, if I were to send 3 identical tiles, one to Japan, one to Peru, one to Canada, they will all be measured in 3 different pendulums by 3 different people, but guess what? All the results will be returned the same. With all of this in mind, it is no wonder that it is both the UK's Health and Safety Executives and Ireland's Health and Safety Authority's default slip-resistant test method when measurements are required in the case of accidents. Here is a video. Please note a couple of things. When the pendulum is being used, you will see that measurements are taken in 3 orientations. Also, when the floor is being made wet, only water is used, no contaminant, in contrast to the German ramp test that used a soap solution. Now you have an idea of how the pendulum works. Remember 36? What does that mean? Go back to the ramp. 24 degrees of slope or above gives a classification of C. It doesn't matter how far you exceed 24, you will only get C. A PTV of 36 means you achieve a risk of slipping of 1 in a million. It doesn't matter if you get 37, 38, 39, 1 in a million is the best category. The UK Health and Safety Executive go a little bit further, stating the floor should achieve a PTV of 36 plus in their intended end use, including any contamination that would be present. So for a shower tray, that would include soap. The pendulum has some good advantages. Firstly, it is transportable. You can take the pendulum anywhere it needs to go. It is the only method of measurement described in British standards and is exceptionally reliable. The disadvantages are in relation to shower trays only. Firstly, you don't walk in a shower tray, and secondly, you have to measure in 3 orientations. The distance between the starting swing position and the end position is about 1.5 meters, so to measure in 3 orientations with a shower door or glass panel would not be possible. You could easily get a swing out through the open door, not 3 different orientations. So that is the pendulum covered. Next, we will talk about user experience.